It started with Andy and I. Andy is my husband, and we were in Chicago. Andy was working at Goose Island and I was teaching, and our contracts had expired, and so we kind of traveled for a year.
Once we left Chicago, we didn't know where we were going to go, kind of looking for jobs and trying to find a place to end up for a while. Just in researching places to do a startup, Arkansas is a really great place to start a brewery.
So when I started, there were 4 full-time people that were working mostly full-time to brew, manage tap room, market, but none of that was really happening outside of brewing. It was really focused on brewing the beer and creating the best possible product.
The people that work here put so much into our beer and into trying to make it the best that we can, and the community in general has been so supportive. That is just another piece in the puzzle that makes us really successful.
We've been really fortunate to assemble a really great team of people. We've got a couple guys back in the brew house, Brant Bishop and Jesse Gagnon, who pretty much do everything that I can't get my hands on. We sit down and collaborate on almost everything in terms of recipe development. It really helps me to have really great people to bounce things off of.
The beer is the best beer possible. That speaks to the people in this company, working towards perfection. If that's your goal and that's your sort of carrot on the track, the product is going to reflect that pursuit. And so combining that with like the best possible people who believe in that process, that combination of things, that's what won us over.
We obviously do quite a bit of hard work, and it pretty much sums up very, very succinctly what we try to do and what we try to emulate. We wanted to bring something authentic and not just a gimmick and a fancy brand. We're not here to impress you with our fancy delivery vehicle. It's a 1984 short bus. We wanted the beer to speak for itself, and we hope to continue that tradition and keep that moving forward as we grow.
When you walk into the brewery, of course you're going to be eating beer, but we want it to be a social culture and not just a drinking culture. And for that reason, we really do events that bring the whole family in.
We work in a really cool environment here where instead of spending money on advertisements, we generally will support a charity or something that means something to somebody in the brewery. And so then that group will have a space to hold an event. They can then host an event here. That charity now is stronger. That's a part of our community. That affects our community. So we very intentionally go through the staff. What's important to you? Who do you volunteer with? It's not just like a marketing strategy, it's the business. It's who we are.
When we moved here, there were so few breweries, and it being a dry county in general, it was like, what do we want the beer culture to look like? And so for us, it really is the tap room and like the community aspect. Like it really does become like a community gathering place.